The warmest of greetings to you and welcome to Happily Ever Teaching. This is the podcast to help you enthrall your learners in a knowledge-rich curriculum using the best teaching method known to science, storytelling. To do this, we feature special guest educators who are passionately keen to empower your children. I am storyteller Chip Cahoon, and with me today is...
Hi, I'm Bex. I have got experience teaching across the primary school range, and I also have the privilege of training the next generation of teachers as well.
Hi, I'm Nicola, and I have similar experience to Bex, working throughout primary school age and now actually into secondary, and also I've trained teachers in my career too.
And today we are seeing what music we can create with an incredibly true wartime tale. You can listen to the story by downloading our sister podcast, Fables and Fairy Tales, or search our website, epictales.co.uk, for Herbert's War. There you'll find a video of me telling the story that you can share with your children. And if you're an epic educator, as of November 2022, you'll also get the story as a paperback, gorgeously illustrated by Ellie Booth Bentley, which should be with you just in time for Armistice Day. Don't worry if you missed that though, as you can also order the book from any bookshop, including Amazon, and Epic educators can access the ebook and full audiobook through the Epic Tales app. Right now, though, let's conclude our discussion with Bex, Nicola and Herbert Bauer, and I think it's kind of really fitting, knowing that Jane and her entire family had such a love of music, that we are going to finish off exploring music. I don't think Jane actually mentioned it when she was here, but everyone in her family has been a keen musician. I know that her father would talk about in his diary that she mentioned, listening to the music of his family playing on the piano and singing away. So, Nicola, you found some musical learning ideas in this story, didn't you?
I did, and it feels lovely to honour Herbert Bauer with music.
Absolutely.
In the trenches, the soldiers used music to keep their morale. It was a major thing for them. I love some of the World War I songs. So Herbert would have probably sang Pack Up Your Troubles and It's a Long Way to Tipperary.
Yes,
I don't know if you know those two songs, but you can actually sing them in unison. So you can sing Pack Up Your Troubles and It's a Long Way to Tipperary together at the same time.
Yep.
And it just is so effective. And I often in the past have got children marching to that as well. And I think for Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2, for all age ranges that we're talking about, the idea I had in an earlier episode, I think it was in our English episode, about having Herbert there in colour, but having the silhouettes or people in the background of the different characters, but having music then going over that. It could be a mime of the story, but having the children then create music. And it could be that children in different classes create different parts of the story.
Yes, yeah.
And there's parts of the story where it'll be very dark and perhaps slow, and different types of instruments playing to the point where actually Herbert then is coming out of hospital and is reunited with his family. So you could create a beautiful ensemble of music together using the classes and using drama to put it together into a performance. Now that's a big thing, but I think this story is big enough to take it. The fact that music is so important in the war effort anyway. Another idea is all these songs were like, come on folks, we can do it. We're going to be home soon. We'll be okay. Just keep going. What about creating a song in today's speak for people that are having hard times, people that are going through difficulties? And then another idea, last idea here, creating a playlist of positive songs, lovely songs that lift spirits. If you've got your own playlist, I've certainly got playlists, and I wouldn't want to say it was on them because it's incredibly embarrassing because some of my choice of music isn't always the best, but a playlist that the class can come together with. If we're feeling down, what can we put on our playlist? And then actually using it in class. If someone's having a bad time, using that playlist to help them get through.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. And like you say, such a way to honour Corporal Herbert Bauer, because he would have definitely love those ideas. I know that Jane is immensely grateful to both of you for all that you are doing with her family's story and what you've done to make it really relevant, and a fantastic way of increasing the knowledge and compassion of our young people today. So thank you both extraordinarily much. It has been wonderful going through these discussions with you.
It's a pleasure.
I'm very sad to say that's all we have time for in this episode, folks, and indeed this story. If you'd like to talk to us about anything you've heard in this podcast, or if there's a subject you are soon to teach that you'd like us to cover, you can find us on social media using @TeachHappily, or leave us a review using your favourite podcast app. Please also share this podcast with your colleagues and help us start a story-led revolution in classrooms around the world, so children everywhere can enjoy knowledge-rich learning in a way that's effective, memorable, and enjoyable all at the same time. Now, November isn't just a month for remembering the impact of war, but it's also the month of National Grief Awareness Week. So next week, we'll see how we can explore that deep and often challenging theme with our learners using a beautiful Hindu myth. Quite seriously, one of my favourite stories. Right now, though, it only remains for me to say cheerio, and we hope to hear your story soon. So, cheerio! And we hope to hear your story soon!